Brought to you by 1AAuto.com, your source for quality replacement parts and the best service on the internet.
Hi, I'm Mike from 1AAuto. I hope this how-to video helps you out. And next time you need parts for your vehicle, think of 1AAuto.com. Thanks.
In this video, we're going to show you how to replace the window sash connectors on this Alero. This is a two-door. It's same for the four-door, also same for the Pontiac Grand Prix. When these sash connectors go bad, sometimes your window will get very crooked, or the window will work correctly going up, but then you go to roll it down and it sounds like something's working, but the window doesn't actually go down. Those are usually the signs that your connectors are broken. Tools you'll need are an 8mm wrench, small flat blade screwdriver, Phillips screwdriver, 10mm in socket and ratchet with extension, a heat gun, a putty knife, a razor blade and holder, mineral spirits slash some type of solvent, also isopropyl rubbing alcohol could work, and you'll need a urethane adhesive that works on glass.
Use an 8mm wrench and disconnect your negative battery cable. You're going to start right under your door pull. There's a little kind of a trap door here, and either from the top or bottom, just pry that off, and there's two Phillips screws in there.
And we'll speed it up here a little bit as I just remove those screws. I'll use fast forward quite often when I'm just kind of doing monotonous tasks like this.
Okay, now right up here, you just kind of pull on this panel, it comes off. And if you have this speaker here, just use a screwdriver, pry up on this tab, and disconnect it. And also down in this corner, use a little screwdriver and pull this reflector out. And then inside here, there's a Phillips screw. Okay, once you have that out, door panel clip tool or a putty knife. And start kind of anywhere, slide in there, and then slide it until you feel a clip. And the door panel clip tool, you go around the clip, and then pull. That screw comes out. Car. I can kind of see back in here. See here that clips. Okay. And then just work your way all the way around the door. Once you have the door pretty loose, it comes out and lifts up. Your door lock, just put it back on this tab, disconnect it, and then these two switches just have tabs on them. This one I'm just going to reach underneath. Pulling that one off. And this mirror switch, a little more difficult. There's a tab right here. Use my little screwdriver. Force it up. I just take my foot screwdriver, force it up in there, pry that down, and that released. And then the last one here is my trunk switch, which again, just use your screwdriver. There's a locking tab right here. Pull it off.
Carefully remove the water shield. Reconnect your battery and your switch and move your window up or down until you can see the two bolts that hold the sash connectors to the regulator.
This 10mm bolt here, and then there's another 10mm bolt right here. Okay, and you want to remove those. Those hold the window to the regulator. As you remove those two bolts, you can grab your window and pull it up. Okay, to remove the window, you take this piece of weather strip and pull it right off. Okay, allow the front to fall down in. pull the back up and out, and pull the window out.
Okay, going to kind of fast forward here. This isn't really real time. I probably heated each side of the connector a couple minutes with the heat gun, then get the putty knife underneath there, release the adhesive, and it comes off. And then start rough scraping the window with your putty knife. Okay, continue cleaning the window. Now I'm using a razor blade holder and a razor blade. And now slow down here. I actually use a permanent marker and mark the position of the connector before I lose too much evidence of where it was. Just mark its position and then continue cleaning using the razor blade, then using a chemical agent. I use mineral spirits. Isopropyl rubbing alcohol can work as well. And I also, when I clean the side that I mark the other side just so I make sure I don't lose where that position of that connector is. Now the window is clean and marked, ready for installation. Use the other one as a reference so you don't install the connector upside down accidentally.
We're going to use a good urethane-based glue. You got to make sure the adhesive you use is urethane-based, and also make sure it works on glass. Slide that right on, right in place, right between my marks. Okay, now I'm going to actually put it right up and stand it right on there and let it cure.
Okay, it kind of goes without saying, but I'll say it anyways. Make sure you read the directions of the adhesive you use, and then just monitor it. Usually the adhesive like this has to cure for 1 or 2 hours. Make sure it doesn't drip onto the connector or anything, and maybe cause problems for installation later.
First, then slide it up into place, and then slide it down to the window regulator. Okay. In there. Put that one in there. Make sure it goes down correctly.
Now I've started those two bolts that hold the regulator to the window. Just putting that piece of weather strip back in place that I took apart to get the window out, and then tighten up those 2 bolts, and you can test it and you're pretty much ready to put the door panel back on. Okay, I've hooked the battery back up, plugged my switch in. Probably a good idea just to put the window up in place all the way up. That way your regulator is pushing up on that connector, and let it cure that way for a day or 2. And now carefully put your water shield back in place, and you're ready to put the door panel back on.
Okay, plug in our lock switch right up here. And our mirror. Push this in a little bit. Okay, power window switch. And this one goes down to our control switch. And then make sure you push the top door panel in. Make sure this speaker lead is up out of there. Push the door panel down into that channel. your putty knife or your kind of clip tool to kind of force the upholstery in there a little bit. I'm going to peek back in here, make sure your pins are going in where they should.
Okay, and fast forward through reinstalling those 3 Phillips screws.
Put your reflector back in. Put this panel back on. Plug back in your lead there. Put that back on. Okay, and then reconnect your negative battery cable.
We hope this helps you out. Brought to you by www.1aauto.com, your source for quality replacement parts and the best service on the internet. Please feel free to call us toll-free 888-844-3393. We're the company that's here for you on the internet and in person.